Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I have a really fun video for you today. I'm going to be filming my 2016 top 10 gifts for sewers and quilters. And I might actually have more than 10 at this point because I keep adding fun things. So let's take a closer look at some great gift ideas for the sewers and quilters in your life. So I'm going to start off with the Sew Sampler subscription. If you want to give somebody a little bit more expensive gift and something that keeps on giving, you could give them a subscription to Sew Sampler. You can also just purchase one of these boxes, which is also fun in itself, but this is a monthly subscription box from Fat Quarter Shop. And so each month on the 20th, they ship out a fun box of goodies that have all kinds of fun sewing notions and supplies. So I did a video on all the contents of this particular box on my YouTube channel, I think it was like a week or two ago, so you can go check that out. But they come with all kinds of fun patterns and just notions, and there's always something kind of extra and fun in there. This month they put in a calendar, which is really cute, and then they also put in this really fun little cutting mat. And then there's a pattern usually that goes with the fabric that they send out, and then there's always some kind of fun thing. Plus there's always a coupon in here that you can use for their store. So this is kind of a fun gift if you're not quite sure what to give someone, but you know that they really love sewing. This might be something that they would be interested in because they just get kind of a variety of sewing supplies and notions, and it comes to their door every month. It's kind of a fun little gift idea. These run $24.95 a month plus shipping. So like I said, you can just order one box, but you can also sign them up if you wanted to spend a little bit more money. You can sign them up for the monthly subscription, and then they'll get this box delivered to their door every month. So that's a fun one. All right, so of course one of the most fun things to give is fabric. Now people can be kind of specific on fabric, so you may want to just do a gift card. I know places like Fat Quarter Shop and a lot of local quilt stores will do gift cards for you. So that's always a fun option because then people can go and pick out what they really need or what they like. If you want to pick out something and you know exactly what line they want or what they would maybe like, you can always do that. This would be your most expensive option. This is a Fat Quarter bundle, and depending on how many prints are in the line, you'll get one of each, and they're around maybe $80 to $100. You could also do a Fat Eighth bundle, which is half of this, and they're about $40 to $50. It kind of depends again on the bundle and that kind of thing. You could also do one of these fun jelly rolls. They're just pretty in general, and they're 2.5-inch strips. There's a lot of things that they can do with that. The other fun thing to give are these little charm packs. These are about maybe $7 or so. They're 5-inch squares. And then there's always these little ones which I love to stick in gift baskets. They're 2.5-inch squares, and they're just really super cute. They're about, like I said, $4 or so. It kind of depends, $2 to $4. Depends on where you get them. $2.50, somewhere in there. But you can pick a little variety of them and just stick them in to kind of spruce up your little gift box. But fabric is always a great option, and like I said, if you don't know, a gift card. Alright, so now we're going to start talking about some notions. Now, thread is always a great option. I really like Aurifil thread. I find it's 100% cotton. It's 50 weight that I use for quilting and sewing mostly. And I find that it's really nice, good quality, decent strength thread, so this doesn't break on me or anything like that. And of course it comes in like a variety of fun sizes. Let me see if I can kind of show you this thing here a little bit closer. Comes in a variety of fun sizes and colors. You can get small ones, you can get the larger ones, you can even get them in the cones like the huge ones. And there isn't a quilter I know who would be bummed out about getting some fun thread, especially if it's really decent quality like this one. If you're not sure what color to get, I always like a nice white thread. I use this all the time. I use this probably 90% of the time unless I need a specific color for like binding or something. So this is also a good option, is just to go and get them a nice big cone or spool of white thread. One of my other favorite things, and this is a fun little, if you're making a gift basket idea, are these little clover clips. And these are just little, they're called Clover Wonder Clips, and you can use them to clip together instead of pin together like thicker items, especially if they're doing binding or maybe a thick quilt or whatever. And they just come in a huge pack of them. They're super helpful. You can kind of use them for all kinds of different functions, and I just keep mine in this little jar, but they come in a nice little package if you wanted to give that as a gift. One of my other favorite things are these little house pins. Now you can buy them, they come in this tin, some of them will come in another package, but they come in a little package like these, and they are glass head pins. They're really nice and small and fine, and they're also super sharp. so they're nice and thin and sharp, and they don't make big holes in your fabric as well, and so I really, really like these. They're glass heads, so if you need to iron or anything like that, you won't melt the head off, so that's also very nice and helpful. And what these are sitting in is a magnetic pin bowl. Now these are from Pleasant Home, and I believe that she has now is selling her pin bowls through Riley Blake, so I'll try and link these below. I'll try and link all the products below for you. But these little pin bowls are super helpful. I like that they're magnetic, so my pins don't spill all over the place, keeps them in place, plus they're super cute. This one is kind of an aqua color with little white polka dots. Hopefully you can see that. I also have another one that's a darker blue color, again with little white polka dots. So these are really fun and cool. The next product I'd like to mention are these little Alpha Bitties. So they are from Fat Quarter Shop, and they're just these little numbered and lettered tiles, and they're kind of a plastic material. And what they use these for is a lot of the patterns will tell you to cut a specific size or shape or whatever, and then it's, you know, labeled as K or P or D or whatever. And then you can label all your little pattern or all your little pieces once they're cut out with these, and it helps you keep track of them. I use these all the time, and as a matter of fact, now if a pattern doesn't have like alphabetical labels or numbers or whatever, I will label it myself on the pattern, and then I will use these just to keep track of all my pieces, because when you get a lot of pieces for a quilt cut out, they can get mixed up really easily, especially if some of the sizes are really similar to each other. So it's always a good idea to kind of label them. They can do them with sticky notes and things like that, but this is actually a really fun little notion to stick in a gift basket. And again, I use those all the time, and they come in this kind of reddish hot pink color, and then they also come in these kind of blue aqua colors. So that's a fun one. Another thing that I use, now if you know your quilter well, they will either spray based or pin based probably. Sometimes they do both. I am only spray based at this point because pin basting just kind of takes too long, and I find that I have shifting. So I use this. If you know that your person that you're buying for uses this, then I would definitely suggest 505 temporary fabric adhesive. You can get this online or at your local craft stores, and this one works really well. I have tried other brands and I don't like them as much, so I do recommend that one. And then of course something else that you'll need is a rotary blade. This is my particular favorite. It's the Olfa 45mm splash rotary blade. And you can also, if you'd like to be extra generous, throw in some refills. We go through these blades quite quickly, and the refills can be kind of pricey. It sort of depends. You can usually use a coupon at like Michael or at Joann's with these, which make them a little bit more affordable. And I like to get mine off Amazon, but we also have Prime, so that kind of helps out on price as well. And there is one in here. This box, you'll just want to look at this little number. They can be 1, 2, I think they even come with 5 or 10 maybe. So that's just something to do. It's kind of a nice little gift basket idea. And this is, again, like I said, my favorite one. And yes, they will be using this all the time. All right, my next suggestion are some scissors. Now these are my particularly favorite ones. These are called Kai, K-A-I, and these are the 5-inch scissors, and I use these all the time. This particular model is V5135. I will try and link all this below. They are super sharp. They cut really, really well. They have a really nice point down here, and of course scissors is always a must. All right, and then along with the little scissors, I also like to have a larger pair of scissors for cutting batting and just larger projects. So these are just Fiskars scissors. They are nice, sharp scissors. They're nice and heavy duty. I have gone through a couple pair of these because they do wear out, and so I kind of just hand them down to my kids, and then I'll get a new pair for my sewing. So I think just your sewers can always use a new pair of scissors, plus they get lost just like any other scissors out there. So that's always a good option. So a small pair and a larger pair of scissors. The next thing I'd like to point out is a seam ripper. Now I really do like this one. This is the Clover seam ripper, and it's just got a nice sharp point on it, and this one is just probably one of my more favorites just because it's easy for me to hold. It's got this little grip on it. But you can find any seam ripper out there that you like, or that you know that your person you're gifting to will like. So seam ripper is always a good option. The other thing I like to add into my gift boxes are some kind of acrylic ruler. Now these come in all kinds of different sizes, especially if you're doing a little gift basket or something. You might actually want to get one that will fit in your basket. So this one is a 6-inch by 6-inch square. They also come in a variety of sizes. They come in, here's one of the ones I use all the time. This one is going to be 6.5 by 12.5, and so I actually do use this one quite a bit. This one, of course, they go up in price as they go up in size. My other favorite size is the 6.5 by 24 inch, I think, ruler, and that one is nice because you can cut yardage with it. It's long enough to cut like an entire, you know, off a bolt of fabric or whatever. So those are probably my most frequently used ones, but you can buy them in any kind of fun size and shape that you can find, and us sewers and quilters will find some fun use for that. So that is that. My next kind of fun thing, and this isn't really a must-have, are just little zipper pouches. And if you sew yourself, you might want to hand make someone one as a nice little gift. But they like, you know, I use these for just carrying things, storing smaller things that I don't want to get lost, things like that. So maybe something like this would also be a fun thing to stick in to your gift basket. All right, and then another fun little kind of item that you could stick into your gift basket would be universal needles. Now, if you have somebody that's doing something specific, you may not want to do a needle just because sometimes they would have one they already prefer. But I have found that the 8012 needles and the 9014 are fairly universal. These universal needles, as they are called, can be used for quilting and regular sewing. They fit on most machines, so it's not really a big deal. Like, they're all pretty universal. I know also quilters can sometimes use the top stitch needles. I've just had pretty good luck with universal. Smets is an okay brand. My other favorite brand are the Organ needles. And they just look like this. They come in this little packet, and they say the size usually on the back here. And they're just a nice little needle. I've actually had really good luck with these, but for the most part, I think you'd probably be safe if you were to pick out, you know, just any kind of universal needle to just add to your gift basket. And then if you have somebody who's specifically doing sewing or quilting, you may consider adding in something like a specialty foot that they might not buy themselves. This is a walking foot. You will need to know their machine and model in order to get that, and these also can be kind of pricey. Depending on the machine and that kind of thing, they can run around $70 or so. So it really kind of depends. Sometimes you can find them on deals on Amazon and that kind of thing. The other foot that most quilters would want if they were going to be doing free motion quilting is this. It's just I think it's also called a darning foot, but it's basically got this little kind of round end on it and then a spring right here, and that's what kind of hops up and down and allows them to do free motion quilting and that kind of thing. So these might be a little more expensive options for someone who you really know needs a specific thing but maybe wouldn't go out and buy it for themselves. You can also find a kit for their specific sewing machine that has several different types of sewing feet in it and do that as well. The other kind of fun thing you can get are the bobbin kits. Now, I just have a couple of bobbins here, but I have seen bobbin kits that have like different colors in them and that kind of thing, and the little bobbin holder that you can put them in. And so those are always kind of fun things to stick in. These bobbins do wear out, and so it's just kind of a small little thing. You would need to know what machine they have before adding this in as well, though, and you want to get something specific to their machine. All right, we're going to just jump over here to the side over here, and one other thing that is really cool to get as a gift are cutting mats. We do go through these quite quickly. Well, not quickly, but it's always nice to get a new one. They definitely do get kind of worn out and that kind of thing. They can get warped. This is probably my favorite one out of the brands that I have tried. This is an American Crafts one, and one of the reasons that I really like this is because it's really nice and thick. Some of the other brands are a little bit thinner. They are less expensive, so if you're looking at doing a gift and you want a less expensive option, the Fiskars mats are also totally sufficient and fine. I do like this one just because of how heavy it is. I know it's probably hard to tell on video here, but it is really nice and thick, and it is also double-sided. So once one side kind of wears out, you can get another side, and these come in all different sizes. This particular one is 17 inches by 23. The Fiskars ones come in smaller squares. You can get like a nice big long one. This particular one on my table right here is actually from Joann's, and this guy is 33 by 58 it looks like, and so this actually covers the majority of my sewing table. I will say that I don't love cutting on this because it's a little bit rough, if you can hear that, versus this. So it actually I find kind of has a hard time cutting. Like, I find little pieces where my trimmer misses because it's it's a little bit textured. So I don't love this one for cutting unless I'm doing something large and I just need a large space. However, I do love that it covers my table and keeps it nice and safe from my scissors dinging or me cutting on it and that kind of thing. In case your rotary blade rolls off the edge of one of these, you will cut your table. So I actually have both. I use this for cutting my smaller pieces, and then I use this to kind of keep my table protected, or if I'm cutting out like a large quilt or something like that. But a cutting mat's always kind of a fun gift option as well. So another fun gift that I wanted to mention are these little tins. Now these come in a variety of different sizes. These particular ones are from Fat Quarter Shop, and they just open up and you can keep all kinds of things in here. I like to use these for my little embroidery threads. You can also keep smaller notions and things like that. This would be a good thing to keep these in. Really needles, threads, anything like that. These are kind of a good fun option for that. They also come in these larger sizes. These are the Lori Holt ones, and they come in blue, red, green, yellow. I think there's another color I'm just like blanking right now. But anyways, they are really super cute, and I actually use this particular one to keep all of my larger supplies in for my particular sewing machine, and it just kind of keeps everything nice and just in there, and it makes it nice and easy for me to travel around with it as well. So but really I think that most sewers or quilters could find some kind of a use for one of these fun little tins. These are all available at Fat Quarter Shop as well, and then I've seen other little ones at local craft stores as well. If you have somebody who likes to do embroidery, another fun thing to skip or stick into a gift basket would be a fun little embroidery kit. This particular one is the Bonnie and Camille handmade collection, and it comes with a bunch of fun colors in there, and this would just be a fun thing to add into a gift basket. These come in all kinds of different colors. You can get them at most of your local craft stores, and they're really, really inexpensive. So if you have somebody who enjoys that, then this might be something in addition. Now I'm adding this to my quilting post because I do some hand quilting on some of my quilts, and I will always use these fun kind of embroidery flosses to do that. It makes just a nice little kind of handmade touch to my quilts, and so I love having things like this around as well. All right, and then one of the last things that I wanted to mention are patterns. Now patterns are super fun. They're relatively inexpensive. They're great for putting into little gift baskets. This is a really cute one by Bonnie at Cotton Way, and it's just small little Christmas ornaments, which I think are super fun and cute. Here's another little embroidery kind of one if you have somebody that likes that kind of thing. It's got that truck on it with the tree in the back. So anyways, if you can find some fun little patterns, I think that's always kind of a fun little option of something to add into a gift basket for your quilty sewer friend as well. One other fun idea for a gift basket would be a pattern book. Now I did mention, you know, just kind of regular smaller patterns. These are obviously a little bit less expensive, but sometimes us quilters don't want to necessarily buy something like this for ourselves because it can be a little bit more expensive depending on the book that you get. But they're always kind of fun things to get as gifts, and there's lots of different options in here for patterns and things like that. This particular one is one of my favorites for the holidays. It's called Modern Holiday by Amanda Murphy, and I have found this in my local quilt shop, but you can also get books online as well, and there's tons of other ones out there. So here's kind of an overview of all of the things I just mentioned. I know it can kind of seem like a lot, so hopefully this gives you some ideas of things you can pick and choose and put into a nice little gift basket for somebody this year. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to email me. I'll try and link most of what I can below, and like I mentioned, I am actually going to put together a compilation of some of my favorite supplies for a giveaway for my 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. That will be run on Instagram, so I'll put all that information below, so make sure you go over and check that out as well, because one of you could win some fun sewing supplies. Alright guys, so those were my top picks for sewing and quilting gifts for 2016. I actually love and use pretty much everything that I showed in this video. They were all my favorite brands and exact ones that I use. So hopefully you found that helpful. I think if you have somebody who's been sewing or quilting for a long time, you might take a quick peek in their room and just kind of look around and see so you're not maybe duplicating anything that they already have. However, I will say that things like scissors and pins and those kind of things sort of wear out over time. And so really, I always like getting those as gifts as well, even if I already have another pair. Sometimes I'll take my older pair and give it down to my kids, or we'll use it for other things other than sewing. So I think that all of the things mentioned in this video are great gift suggestions for you. So hopefully that helped some of you out. Now I do have a fun giveaway going on my Instagram account right now. It's the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway, and I have a bunch of fun sewing supplies and notions for you as well. For sewing, I'm going to have this lovely fat quarter bundle from Stitches and Giggles. This is Cookie Exchange by Moda. This is one of my very favorite Christmas lines. I also have a sew sampler box from Fat Quarter Shop, a $50 gift card from Fat Quarter Shop, and then most of the supplies that I showed in this video I am going to also be giving away in a big gift basket for one of you. So make sure to head over to my Instagram to enter to win those giveaways. I'll be posting a new one every single day, so you'll want to stop back and just check to see what the giveaway for each day is so you can enter to win. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it helped give you some gift ideas for the sewers and quilters in your life as well. And if you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to make sure to email me or leave a comment below. I'll put all my Instagram information for the giveaway below as well as links to the products that I mentioned in this video in case you're interested in getting them. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time.